Americans feel the shock of higher gas prices at the pump. There's another energy crisis brewing across the country, but the people who actually run the electrical grid issuing stark warnings. For 100 years, America's electrical system, mostly stable, with blackouts being the rare exception. But when they do happen, they can have exceptional consequences.
The situation here in Brownsville was described as anarchy, war, rioting.
Every source of power that the state of Texas has been compromised.
Now a new combination of the latest artificial intelligence data centers and aging power plants is creating a perfect storm, from the big city to the Great Plains.
It's becoming more of a challenge across the whole eastern part of the United States.
Rich Dewey oversees NISO, which runs the grid in New York. Rich, you say the grid is at an inflection point. What does that mean?
Really, it's a confluence of a number of different factors. So we're on the cusp of really new technologies coming onto the grid, and it's really got us concerned about our ability to meet reliability for not only for New York City, but for the state as a whole.
Dewey says on a peak day, the demand is 32 to 33,000 megawatts. Now they have proposals for 13,000 more megawatts in demand for AI alone, a nearly 50% increase.
At a time of significant load growth, we're actually retiring more generation that we're building, and that gives us some concern.
Now, if you couple that with this growing threat here of drones hitting the grid, it's not going to be a good situation. We have the U.S. government and the Department of Homeland Security, which is underfunded and partially shut down right now, saying that they have concerns that these drones are going to be used on our electrical grid in North America specifically, and they ran simulations. They ran simulations to see what would happen if these Iranian drones specifically were launched from somewhere, let's say Mexico, and they weren't able to take them down. If they were able to hit just a handful of sites, they would cripple this country in a heartbeat. Most of the components that you're going to need to get back up online, ironically enough, are going to come from China. So this whole thing is a setup. Has been, will be, through and through. So they're going to continue with these drills and these simulations, but none of them bring back anything good. They all say the same thing, that you're vulnerable here, 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 and here, and that you have to do something about it. Then what you see on the right is highways putting up drone netting. These are things cities and towns do when they know that something's going down and they're taking it serious. I foresee this happening in cities along the border, in any city that starts to see these drone incursions en masse, because I believe they're going to come in waves just as the Obama movie predicted, and they're going to cause mass problems. This is just the beginning of all this. For anyone thinking that it's going to be over soon, nope, they've already killed high spiritual individuals out there in Khomeini, maybe not to you, but to others. And that causes kamikazes. That sparks blowback regardless of how staged things are out there, because some people take it to heart seriously. Then when you add in the whole thing as a setup to begin with, this does not look good. It looks like the grid is definitely going to take a hit. I would prepare for that and have a plan. Join me for the live streams where I talk about this in greater detail. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on Dabu 77. Much love.